DeFi stands for decentralized finance. But you already knew that. You're here today to really learn what this means. What is this newfangled term that you keep hearing on YouTube and even on the news sometimes? Is this something that you need to start paying attention to? Well, you're in luck. Today I'm going to tell you exactly what DeFi is. What's up everybody, it's Prashant here. Welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you for joining me today. The first thing that you need to know is that DeFi is not a bank. It's not a hedge fund and it's not an institutional investor. It's actually an idea, a concept. The point of DeFi is to get these big central institutions out of their position of power. And it's all built on the blockchain. If you don't know what the blockchain is, I would recommend that you pause this video and watch my video on Bitcoin first, where I explain what the blockchain is. After you watch that video, come back to this one. I will link it up here. Anyway, we all know that the blockchain ensures that everyone on the network has access to the same information. If you want to know what this looks like, you can go onto blockchain.com/explorer to see all the transactions happening on the Bitcoin blockchain in real time. And you can do the same thing for Ethereum at etherscan.io. So DeFi is an idea or a group of ideas that's trying to move our financial transactions onto the blockchain. Think of the transactions that you do in everyday life. You buy food at the grocery store, you buy cat toys at Amazon, and you buy overpriced organic cheese at the farmer's market. Now think about how you pay for those things. Let's say you use a credit card at the grocery store and at Amazon.com, and let's say you pay cash at the farmer's market. In each of those transactions, there is an intermediary. Let me explain. Take a look at your credit card. I'm willing to bet that it says Visa or Mastercard and to a lesser degree American Express or Discover on it. These are credit card companies. When you swipe your card at the grocery store or enter it on a website or you insert the chip or you tap it, whatever, you're basically instructing the Visa or Mastercard or whatever credit card company you have to pay the merchant on your behalf. And then you pay the Visa or other credit card company later. You pay them back. And even when you use cash at the farmer's market, both you and the merchant at the farmer's market, you're putting your trust in the US dollar. It's the US Federal Reserve that is guaranteeing the value of that $20 bill you handed over. Organic farmers market cheese is expensive, you guys. Anyway, my point is that financial intermediaries are everywhere. So the concept of DeFi aims to remove the intermediaries in a transaction between two people. For example, if you bought that cheese using a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even Dogecoin, you immediately get rid of the intermediary, which is the US Fed when you use cash. Think of it this way. If a transaction can be expressed in the terms of if this condition, then that outcome, then you can potentially use DeFi to get rid of the intermediaries and automate this transaction. This can be done by using smart contracts. Smart contracts are just a set of computer code which delineates the rules of the transaction and automatically executes it if the condition is met. For example, I can write a smart contract with my buddy which says I will pay him $50 if Elon Musk tweets a picture of the Shiba Inu dog within the next 48 hours. Now, when Elon inevitably tweets such a picture, my money gets instantly transferred to him. I cannot claim that this picture was a picture of the Dogecoin dog or some other such nonsense. So basically, if regular banks are like the iTunes store, then DeFi is like LimeWire. 90s kids will get that reference. For the rest of you watching, DeFi is a way to make financial interactions peer-to-peer while providing anonymity from surveillance. Since all crypto transactions need wallets and each wallet is completely anonymous, while everybody on the network can see every transaction, they cannot see the identity of each wallet holder. Guys, before we continue with this video, I'm going to take a second to ask you to smash the like button and the subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers and it would mean a lot to me if you just go ahead and click the subscribe button right now. That being said, let's get back to it. Most of DeFi today is based on the Ethereum blockchain. There are many different use cases, Let's talk about a few. The first one is stablecoin. The concept of a stablecoin is simply to keep the value of that coin stable. For example, the USDC is a stablecoin that aims to keep its value equal to $1. They do this by investing the money that people have put into the coin in other stable assets. The second use case is crypto lending. You lend your money to a firm who then lends it to other investors, and the company makes the difference between what interest you make and what interest they're charging from their other investors. The third use case is called crypto staking. Now, this is a little bit more technical and difficult to understand, but basically you put your crypto up as collateral and then you take part in validating transactions on the blockchain. In return, you earn some rewards, usually in the form of more crypto. If you want to learn more about use cases of DeFi, you can go to ethereum.org and learn about it there. Okay, now that we understand what DeFi is, or at least what it's trying to be, let us now talk about why it is gaining momentum. Why is it popular? The very first reason that comes to mind is, of course, privacy. Look, no matter who you are, you probably want some level of privacy when it comes to your personal finance life. Well, unless you're Graham Stephan, in that case you tell everybody how much YouTube pays you. But if you're anybody else, you probably want some privacy. Look, as it is, we have privacy in our personal finances today. We all have bank accounts and such, and we don't have each other's information, which is as it should be. But it is actually pretty easy for banks and other financial institutions to have our information. We just give it to them. And if these institutions have this information, it can be made available to governments upon request pretty easily. Now, some people don't like that. Why? Well, I can guess, but I won't. The second reason is mistrust in big banks. A lot of people believe that the Great Recession of 2008 was in part because of the greed of big banks. And they do believe that these big banks and other big institutions should not have so much control over our money. There is an ideological difference that these people have, and they believe that if we remove all this power from these big institutions, they cannot get us all in trouble once again. The third thing that I can think about is the novelty of being involved in something new and exciting and potentially world-changing. Outside of the brief recession that we had in 2020, the stock markets have been on a tear. We've had periods of sustained and unprecedented growth over the last decade or so. Jerome Powell's money printer keeps going, easy money keeps flowing, and if you've been invested in the stock market over the last year or so, you've probably made money. At times like this, when investors have not lost money in a while, they think that the good times will never end, and they start taking riskier and riskier bets. According to a Wall Street Journal article, $100 billion is locked up in DeFi as of June of 2021. Surely that number has gone up in the months since. With this rising popularity, I can see more people getting FOMO and feeling the urge to jump in and get involved. So let's talk about what I think about DeFi. Here's the thing. In general, I like the concept. I think we can all agree that we can use some more transparency in how our money systems work. But let's take a look at this website where we can see all these transactions happening on the Ethereum blockchain. Here we can see that this account sent some ETH to this other account. But that's about all the information that I have. And I bet that a lot of you did not even know about this website before I told you earlier in this video. My point is that even if all of this information is available, for the layperson such as you and me, it's unusable information. In my humble opinion, this information does not have much utility for the most of us. Secondly, let us think about the risks in DeFi. In reality, all of these technologies are super new and are prone to errors and hacks. And since crypto is an unregulated space, there are a ton of scammers out there ready to make a quick buck off of unsuspecting people. Third, the scale of DeFi is way too small to be taken very seriously. Compare the $100 billion in assets in DeFi to the world economy of $84 trillion. So DeFi is worth just 0.1%. And remember, since the assets in DeFi systems are held in cryptocurrencies and the value of cryptocurrencies swings widely up and down, the value of assets in DeFi can go up and down also. Currently, Ethereum is trading at around $3,800 per coin. but just 3 months ago, it had fallen down to about $1,700 and it was worth only $400 just a year ago. So if the value of Ethereum crashes again, the value of all assets in DeFi is likely to crash as well. And if the value rises a lot, or if a lot of money flows into the system, you can bet that regulation will follow. To be honest with you, I think some regulation is good for this space. It will set up some guardrails and weed out the scammers, which will allow more trust to be built in the community and in these systems. If DeFi gets really big, I think it is inevitable that the government will step in and regulate it, if only to make sure that it does not undermine the fiat currency of the country. You see, one of the biggest jobs of government is to make sure that they control the sovereign currency and the monetary policy of that country. I think it is impossible that the United States government will allow a non-sovereign currency such as Bitcoin or Ethereum to operate unhindered in this country. I think DeFi type technology makes a lot of sense. For example, I think it is ridiculous that it takes 3 days for a paper check to clear, or that it takes 1 to 3 days for an ACH transaction to clear. I think that these transactions should happen in real time. Maybe blockchain technology is a way to facilitate speedier transactions and provide more transparency. I can also see use cases in which a government pays money to the citizens directly, for example, social security payments or tax refunds or even stimulus checks using blockchain technology. But I think there will be a lot more trust and more widespread adoption if this cryptocurrency or this new digital currency is based on the US dollar. We all know that the US Fed is exploring a digital dollar. If this becomes a reality in 5, 10, or 20 years' time, I think DeFi type technologies can build upon that, which will see a lot more success than what we are seeing in today's market. Maybe I'm old school, but I do think that fiat currencies still have a very important place in today's world. I'm not saying that cryptocurrencies don't have a place also, but today I mostly see them as a store of value such as gold rather than a currency in the terms that we think of them today. I am excited about all the technology surrounding crypto, and I'm looking forward to all of the innovations that will come next. As always, when it comes to investing in anything related to crypto, I would not feel comfortable putting in any more money than would hurt you if it vanished into the ether. See what I did there? So that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to smash the like button and the subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm, and do go ahead and leave your thoughts about DeFi and crypto in general in the comment section down below. Don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified instantly when I post a new video. I'm trying to post at least 2 videos every week on this channel now with great new financial content, and I would love to see you back here. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.